Hey guys, welcome back to another scrap mechanic video, and today in this video I'm gonna show you the most awesome scrap mechanic tool so far you've ever seen. I'm gonna show you the advanced blueprint editing tools. I've been developing this tool for like the past 2 months. I've been working on it on and off, not all the time though. But this tool can do a lot of stuff, so let's actually go check out the tool itself. So you'll get these files. This is just for me, and you'll just use the setup.exe, or if you have .NET installed you can go in the applications file. Everything is explained in instructions.txt, so if you want to see it, you just unpack it because you'll get the rar file. Check if you have .NET installed. If you don't know, just use the setup.exe. And if you want to be able to load vanilla blocks, like vanilla parts, then you'll be best to merge data with the actual game folder. It does not overwrite any files, it'll just add the mesh files that it needs to be able to load. Now, because my tool is not supporting .mesh and FBX yet, but I'll be including that support soon enough. Anyway, once you've clicked it and you see this, then you can open certain blueprints. So you open this. It looks exactly like in the game, and what I find really satisfying is how this scroll bar just zooms in. It's whatever. Anyway, it's just tiny details. It's because of threaded stuff, and I'm not gonna go into detail. Anyway, you can load stuff over here and then actually see it in this render preview. Yeah, for example, this thing. Now, what can we do with this? We can change connections, we can paint stuff in specific ways, we can change blocked things, we can glitch weld it and make it all one part. So if your creation is bugged out, if something is broken on your creation, this function here, this feature will fix it. Whatever is wrong with it, if it's an invalid JSON, this will fix it. You can check the required mods for it, you can swap blocks, we can make a tiny seed of this, you can mirror the creation, you can create spheres, cuboids, and of course you have the paint selector for paint and connections and other stuff. Now we're gonna go over these features one by one in this video now. So let's start with connections. Let's actually use this thing over here. So I'm gonna use test connections. Okay, and then we save it and go back to this thing. Now we have a search bar over here, so we can just do tests. Okay, too many connections. Okay, boom, we have a test connections. So now we see over here it's the same thing as in the game, only I know textures are not loaded yet. I'm having a little bit trouble with that, but I'm considering using a different render engine for the second version of this, if this gets some popularity. So if you want to see a second version with some awesome features, let me just list them. 2 creations, be able to merge them, load and weld them in specific locations. You would have an object to blueprint generator, something really useful for the modders out there. You'd have a pixel art tool, a 3D GIF tool, so I just copied the one I already have and maybe changed it a bit. And you would have an area properties tool. Now I'm not gonna go too deep into these suggestions, but yeah, they are stuff I could add in the second version, and I would also improve the render engine and improve some other stuff. But only if this gets some popularity. So if you want to see this get some popularity, then be sure to share this and like the video. Now let's jump right into it. Advanced connections. What can we do? We can select what is on there. Now if we have another creation, then this will also show up every available part that you can connect. So for example, you could have a sensor and connect sensors, Selfwire sensors for some reason. I don't know why you would ever do that, but whatever. So logic gates, let's just choose logic gates because we only have that choice. And we want to wire the white ones to black and orange. Now what can we do? We can click the select thing and it'll pop out the paint selector. Now we want white, which is already selected, so if we set that, it's still be this value. We want to wire to black and orange at the same time, so we're gonna just choose any color. We wanted to select to only these and not the red one, so we go in the Y direction, Y. And we don't want any offset. If you want offset, you could wire this white one to these orange. Well, you could do some weird patterns, but I'll just first show this. So then you could wire it, 18 connections, and then these should be made. Now let's do the next one. We have white to black and white to orange. We can also do orange to black, which is really easy. You click the color here, you set it. You click the white one, you set it, and you wire it. So, yeah, it did it in the Y direction. We need to be sure to, crap, it did the orange to white, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're gonna do black to orange now, so we need to be sure to go wire in the X direction. Really make sure that that is correct, and make sure that the colors are correct. Now 9 connections, so every orange should be wired to black. Now let's actually save this, overwrite. If you save it as a new one, you'll want to reload the game. The developers changed this recently. It was possible to just have the game not reload and it would automatically pop up in here, but developers had to change it, so yeah, you need to reload your game now. Anyway, you can see the white one is connected to all the black, the orange one is all connected to black, and you can also see orange is connected to this white. It was originally connected white to all these, but because we overwritten it, it's actually back the other way. Now we can also change red to both yellow, see here, you got yellow, white. You can do that. Now what you can also do is wire red to everything. How do you do that? You can choose any color. So now we select everything in the X, Y, and Z direction. Now make sure if you want to wire red to itself as well, then you click select self. But if you don't want to do that, then you don't select that. Now red will wire to every other gate. Now wire 20 connections, boom, done. Be sure to save it. Blueprint saved. Okay, let's see. Red is now wired to every gate, and you can do this the other way around as well, like having 0, like any color on this one, and then orange over here, or whatever. You can also just choose the blue gates and then have them connect to blue gates in not X, Y, and Z, and only the self-wire. So you can self-wire gates really easily with this. Now, why offset? Oh crap. Why would you use offset now? For example, you have this grid over here, and let's say it's way bigger, and you want to have some scrolling text over it. So you would want to wire this white one, then this one, and this one. And you want it to wire to, say, let's use a different color. Let's say this. And you want this to move to the right. Now, how would you do that? You can just wire everything yourself, but why make it difficult? Save it, and now you can go to the tool, wire this, open it. Now, what can you do? You can choose these colors, so white, ledge gate, and we go to blue, we set blue, and we go to X, Y, and Z. Okay, so now the white one will connect to all the blue. Okay, that's nothing special. But what if we wanted the yellow one to go to blue, but to next to it? So these 4 gates and these 2 gates. Then we can do X direction plus 1. And we know X is plus 1 because of this thing over here. This is the positive direction of X. And wire it 6 connections. And then we go to the next one, next color. Oh wait, it was still white. Crap. Yeah, whatever. We'll just use white for these plus these, whatever. And then we'll do 2, wire it, and then this color. Be sure to always have these colors. It's like, make sure everything's right. Anyway, 6 other connections, then we save it, and we go in game again. Now what will we see if we have these on? Now this one, I still have to make something that mass produces OR gates. This will be something I put in the next update, so you can just select an area and then make them instantly all OR gates or something else. Block properties only selects like a couple of blocks, well, 1 block. Anyway, you can see white because we selected blue plus the offset of blue plus 1. We also have these 4 gates. Now if we have this one and then this one, you can see the offset is affecting it like that. Now, that was the advanced connections. Now advanced paint. What can I do about this? So we have, for example, I want to change the Koki camper. Advanced paint, we want to change this one so it's better, because I don't like this paint. So we'll have white, and yes, we can select colors over here, which is really useful because the paint selector automatically updates. Now you can also have different paint selectors, so you could have red over here and then purple over here, and then select this one. So you click over here and then click, and then the purple over here. And this way you can like remember colors in different paint selectors. It's kind of useful, I think. Now, what if we want to make this entire thing? We want to make it purple because I like purple. I think, I don't know. Anyway, then we select this one and we want to make it blue. So we make it blue. Boom. Now everything is blue. And then also this color over here, we want to make that color green. We want to make it green, so be sure to also always set the thing. And then we have a beautiful Koki camper. See how colorful it is. And then we can save it as a new one, and then we'd have, yeah, well, I have to reload the game, but I'm just gonna override it because I'm lazy. And then Koki camper, boom, it's automatically repainted. As you can see here, it works flawlessly. There's no bugs in the repainter. So yeah, if you manage to find something, a bug in this thing, then I'd be amazed. I'd be amazed. But if you do find bugs, post them down in the comments down below. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you find some bugs in this thing. Now, block properties. What can we do with this? Basically, you see this gray box around the Koki camper now. Oh, by the way, it does have glass support. As you can see there's support for glass over here. Now, if you do block properties, it'll kinda disappear, the glass. It's like in Scrap Mechanic, the glass also disappears. Anyway, now you can select how big of a selection box you want to have with these values. So for example, you want to select 5, so only the front one, and then X we can change it, so we only select the left part, so we do X 5 or something, and we only have this part. Now, we can select a specific block over here, and if we select it, it'll automatically add these things. It's really useful. And you can not only filter by selection box like positions, you can also select by type, so you can say we only want wooden blocks, and you can also specify the color, so you want gray blocks. Yeah, well, there's no gray blocks in that area, but yeah, you'd want to do this. Anyway, wooden blocks, so for example, we want that wooden block over there behind the thing, then we can change the values over here, and we can change the rotation of this wooden block, and we can change the color of that wooden block. Now, for example, we choose 25, and apply it. Fuck's sake. I do have some bugs to resolve. It doesn't always want to work. But I'll try and update this as many times as I can. I'll see if I have a decent version when I release this, but it should work fine when released. So apply this staircase wedge, put it at Z30, and reload it, and we can X. Was it Z30? X30? Yeah. So you can see this wedge from over here is now pointing over there. It was there and then... Oh. Anyway, it's over there now. And it's also not in the selection box, so we cannot select it. We need to actually manually go to 30. 31 actually. And then select it. Anyway, we can not only select normal blocks, we can also select, for example, timers. So we'll use timers as block properties, and we'll choose a controller, or controllers, timers as well, by the way. But then we can choose angles, and we can edit the angles. We can make it 1000 degrees, and this one we can make 5 million degrees, and a trillion. We can change it so it does that one frame, like each frame in like 0.00001 second. I really need to make this bigger. We can make it loop mode, we can make this reverse false or true, we can change this to reverse false or true, we can change this begin angle, we can change a lot of stuff with this, and then apply and render, and it automatically applies it. Now, let me actually see. This thing also has some thrusters and sensors and logic gates. So sensors and logic gates are also affected by this. As you can see, they quickly showed up some settings. So sensor, we can change the sensor range to like maximum of 255. Anything higher will reset in the game itself. Now, there's also color mode over here in the sensor, so you can change the color mode and then, for example, go for red things. We can change the specific color, like something different. So, for example, you've spawned a specific block with a specific color, then you can change that as well. We have logic gates. So we can choose with the logic gates, you can change the AND or XOR NAND NOR. You can do the same with timers. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a timer. So you can change the seconds and ticks. You can also change it to higher than like the maximum value. I'm not sure if it will work, but you can try. You can try. Now, let's see. We have other stuff as well. We can change timers, sensors, logic gates. Now big creations are really a bit of a yeah, they don't really like this thing. Headlamp over here, finally. So we can choose a headlamp over here, then we choose that one. We can change the luminance, which is also 255 maximum, and luminance is basically the distance, as it shows here. It's how far the light reaches. Now cone angle is also something. You can change what angle it goes at. Oh, by the way, moving in this thing goes by right click is rotating and middle click is panning. Now you can pan like this, as you can see, and we can see the headlamp over here. Go through the glass and then pan a bit. I should really make it so it automatically goes to this, but whatever, I'll do that for the next version, because I've been working on this thing for way too long and people have already been requesting it. So yeah, I'll have that done by the next version. Anyway, you can change the cone angle. That means like if the light goes out, it'll be like 25 degrees, but you can change it up to 180 or maybe even higher, but I don't suggest making it too high because it'll freak out and it'll have like weird stripes and stuff on the other side. And you can change the color too. Now, color too is something, another property in the light itself, and it's not the shining light. It's not the thing that beams out or something. It's something, I don't know what it is, but it's different. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll add support for this in the next version. Anyway, what else can you do? Delete knob doesn't work, just to be sure. I don't want to accidentally remove anything. Should I don't know. I'll whatever. So next feature, remove joints and weld. This was originally a feature in the fix blueprint version tool, and if you click this, then you'll remove every joint, so every bearing is gone. This is easily seen here. So if you use this all-strike car, and yes, the springs don't render. Okay, I really need to fix that, but that's not easy to do. It wasn't easy to do this either. Rendering this is freaking hell. It's a hell. I hate rotations. Devs, it was terrible figuring it out. It was freaking hell. Anyway, remove all joints, and boom, all joints are gone. Now this means this creation will almost always spawn. Whatever happened, if it's invalid, it'll spawn. It'll freaking spawn. Swap blocks. What can you do? You can choose an old block. For example, you want to change the these over here, and you want to make them all driver seats. So seats, we're gonna make them driver seat. No, wait, that doesn't work. We can only change it to something of a similar size. So fruit box, whatever, swap, and boom. Now these are fruit boxes. So yeah, wheels, so big wheel, can change that to let's see if we have any other wheels. Doesn't seem like it. Tire, so modified tire 5x2, swap. So now we have, oh god damn it, a swap. Freaking hell, I do need to add an undo button. Coaster wheel, we'll use coaster wheels. That should turn out fine, I think. Yes, coaster wheels do work. So you can also change it. So for example, you have a seat, and you can make it stones, so you can change it to or even glass. Like if we have glass block, boom, swap, and then suddenly we can make normal blocks into, like, normal parts into blocks. This is actually quite useful, I think. I'm not sure what you could use it for, but it seems useful. So yeah, I hope you have some fun with this. Now, next thing, mirror creation. I've been working on this feature for freaking long. It took me like hours, and it still doesn't work out fine yet. So, scrap mechanic devs made rotations extremely difficult. So yeah, things with joints, things with these things, like pistons, springs, bearings, this is not supported. No springs or bearings or whatever. What, however, is supported is stuff like this, like normal things. Though it may mirror these blocks fine, but it may not mirror... Oh crap, that's actually terrible. It mirrored this fine, didn't it? See, it mirrors this fine. Mirror function needs work, so yeah, it's not gonna be easy. Anyway, I'll work on the mirror function. I cannot guarantee that this will ever work. It's really difficult. Anyway, let's go to a more fun feature of this thing. Creating ellipsoids. Now, it's suggested to actually have something saved already. So for example, you do one block and call it sphere and save that. Oh, sphere void. Because if you create it out of like thin air, it'll just use the same destination ID of this half of ship, and if you then save override it, you'll lose your half of ship. By the way, you can edit the name here. Now if you save as a new one with the ellipsoid, then you would need to reload the game, so there's always something with this thing. Now you can just load one existing blueprint and then it'll do work out fine. So you can create an ellipsoid like this, you can make it bigger, 50, 50, 50, and there is also shell thickness. So actually if you zoom in here, you'll see that this ellipsoid is completely hollow, and you can change how thick the shell is. And then but yeah, it's an ellipsoid, so it does have some really strange properties. So if we change, for example, it's 30 and then 50, 20, 30, then you can see we have some kind of hot air balloon kind of thing. Let's actually use 25. I think that would work kind of better for hot air balloon. Yeah. So this would be a hot air balloon, and you could just change the paint, and then click paint thingy, boom, any, color it, and boom, you'd have a hot air balloon. Or maybe you want to be extremely white, and then set it, and screw this color, and then it'd be really white. And also you can see the changes over here. So any like 360 18 blocks in here are changed to this color. Now we not only have, what the fucking, please don't do that, please don't do that, ellipsoid creator. So we also have the cuboid generator. We can change it, so we can make cubes now, so like this. If you want to make some really giant ass cubes, boom. This has no limit, by the way. You can change it so you make it. Oh crap! What? I think it's just the render engine freaking out, because this, even if you make it like 10,000 blocks, it would freak out here. But or maybe 1 million blocks, it would freak out here, but it would load just fine in the game. Well, if you're above the map, because you don't have this size below the map. Help buttons will automatically post you to this video at the correct time. By the way, this also has shell thickness, so yeah. Now, sphere generator, this does have a limit. If you go like 500, it'll be fine for this, but if you count every single radius together, and if you like 100 plus 100, oh crap, plus 100, and then like 100, this is pretty much the limit for what, well, the limit for what the game can handle is this. Now it does take a lot of time to actually load this. It's almost crashing even. The tool can handle this, but the game has really a lot of difficulties with this. Like, I've already spawned it in here, but if we save override and then try to spawn it in game, like blueprint saved, okay, let's check it in game. It already has problems here, but it's so smooth. Look at it. It's beautiful. And if you want to build it, you can still move. It doesn't freeze. There's a weird thing about it. But yeah, you cannot really spawn these huge ass spheroids. There's like, well, this one you can spawn if you wait a long time, and then it'll suddenly start freezing, and then it instantly spawns, and then yeah, it's like 20 minutes for this one on a GTX 970M. Now, what is spawnable though is like 50. Let's make it 40. 40. Or let's make this 70 and this 40. That will be an interesting shape. Like a kinda egg shape, but not really. Anyway, save override. It already has some FPS issues here. If it has FPS issues here, then it'll have FPS issues in the game for sure. Now let's see. And boom, there we go. Finally. Oh crap. Of course, I should not have done that. Oh, there we go. So, you can actually see it. And let's try and have it tumble over the edge of the mountain. Come on, let's go. Oh, there's going. Holy crap. The sound it makes is freaking amazing. Let's do another one. But I wanted to make it bigger. 80. This may be a bit too big. Oh, screw it. 50. Not 500, that's crazy. Alright, let's do this. Let's hope it doesn't touch any trees, because then I cannot spawn it. Let's see. Please spawn. Oh, it's spawning! It's frozen. It's completely frozen now. Come on, please don't crash. I swear if you crash. Oh, there we go. Freaking awesome. Oh, damn. Alright. Oh god. That's so gonna lag. Oh! Holy shit. That's amazing though. You could make such awesome stuff with this. It's just awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly upload this and so yeah, I hope you liked today's video. I'm maybe gonna make a second version of this if you guys like it, so be sure to hit that like button. If we reach 2,000 views on this video, or let's say 1,500, the channel's been going really bad lately, 1,500 views on this video and I'll make a new version. I'll release a new one. Like, at the moment that this video hits 1,500, I'll have a new one, okay? I promise that. So, let's see if we can get there. And thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.